This video will present to you a summarized picture being the first edition of operations and activities for 2013-2014 working season of Haven of Hope organization. Haven of Hope, which began its activities in 2013, is found in New Bell, Mankon, Bamenda, Northwest region of Cameroon. It is an independent, non-profit, non-partisan foundation created by a group of benevolent friends, with Madame Gladys Ndang being the founder and current director of the organization. Their aim is to contribute in a tangible manner to improve the living conditions of single teenage mothers who may have lost interest in active life due to unexpected motherhood. Teenage mothers are those below adulthood. They face challenges like
numerous school dropouts, increased challenges of single parenthood, extra burden on families, falling standards of living, some extent of stigma, and falling social status amongst others.
counseling and rehabilitation is the main focus of the organization to teenage mothers. In order to achieve these objectives, the organization has been working closely with government authorities of Cameroon and other NGO partners to share ideas on what related areas they can collaborate as one. Also, the organization has had a series of gatherings within Mesam Central and beyond to sensitize the public on the services they offer to teenage mothers. So far, for 2013-2014 working season, Haven of Hope, after a field work, attended to over 30 single teenage mothers for counseling, and 18 of them were approved for rehabilitation. Of the 18 single teenage mothers, being the first batch to be approved for rehabilitation by Haven of Hope, they were interested in areas which we could classify as follows.
5 into small businesses, 5 into special trade apprenticeship, 5 resuming and completing elementary and secondary education which could permit them learn a trade, and 3 into vocational training for special skills. The teen mothers in small businesses are selling oranges, vegetables, food items, a petit restaurant, fruit juices in various local markets. For apprenticeship, we have 1 into decoration and tailoring. We have 4 into hairdressing and beauty care. For those resuming their education, we have 2 into Form 4, 2 into Form 5, and 1 at the lower seat level. The ones in Form 5 are writing their public exams this year, which we are expecting good results. Those into vocational training, we have 1 into nursing, we have 1 in a polytechnic institution, and we have 1 in electrical engineering. These are the numbers our funds could permit us rehabilitate at this stage.
The teen mothers in apprenticeship and those in small businesses took a training course in business management offered by the American Peace Corps volunteers in Cameroon, based in Bamenda. At the end of a recent business training course to teenage mothers, the trainer, Cynthia, an American Peace Corps volunteer in Cameroon, explain reasons for the training.
My name's Cynthia Boyton. I'm a Peace Corps volunteer from the United States, and I've lived in Bamenda, Cameroon for the last 2 years. I'm a community economic development volunteer, so I primarily train in business basics and help organizations develop their plans. So I've been working with Haven of Hope for the last year, and we've been using the Peace Corps Business Training Manual, which we developed over a number of years to give very, very basic business training in budgeting and savings and cash book and stock book. So for the last 2 days, we've been training these girls in how they can set up their business through a feasibility study and how they can start to track their expenses and their income using budget and cash book for their incoming expenses. We've given them the tools to be able to start and hopefully improve businesses for those who have them.
The director of Haven of Hope, on her part, projects why business training is necessary to particular teenage mothers.
My name is Gladys Ndan. I am the founder and current Chief Executive Director of Haven of Hope, the Ndang Sisters Foundation. Cynthia and Cecilia have just finished giving business management training to teen mothers under the auspices of Haven of Hope. Business training is an integral part of our rehabilitation programs. It is given to teen mothers who have just finished or are about to complete their apprenticeship training in the trade of their choice. The training is also given to teen mothers for whom it was determined during preliminary counseling sessions that the best option for them is to engage in or enhance their business. The training, specially tailored for beneficiaries of Haven of Hope, is to optimize their chances of success as they step into the real adult world. It is also intended to enhance their level of self-confidence necessary to affirm and establish them in their professional fields. I thank Cynthia and Cecilia heartily for dispensing this training to these aspiring young ladies.
So far, 2 sets of teenage mothers have received business training offered by the American Peace Corps volunteers in Cameroon. The rehabilitated teen mothers were not left alone. There were frequent follow-up by the organization in collaboration with their parents or guardians to evaluate effective presence at their various chosen activities of rehabilitation. Equally, parties were organized to bring teen mothers together to sing, eat, receive gifts, and share experiences on services they offer or received at their various sponsored domain. On the other hand, the organization trained one of its staff, Maurice Mokenu, in Administrative Assistant Diploma course. He is now a graduate and currently occupies the position in the organization. The activities of Haven of Hope have been successful thanks to the donors for finances, the Ministry of Women's Empowerment and the Family Northwest Region for collaboration, the staff of Haven of Hope, NGO partners, and many others. In a brief interview with the founder and current director of the organization, she explained what led to the creation of such a structure and its achievements this far.
In a nutshell, I'll try to explain how the idea of Haven of Hope came about and the driving force behind its existence. The tendency to help those who are less privileged nurtured within me ever since I was a child. Through the nature of my work with the UN Refugee Agency, UNHCR, I was exposed over and over again to the plight of the uprooted, the destitute, and the disenfranchised. Among these, the most vulnerable groups were women and children. I began to reflect on how I could do something in a tangible way to help them. The choice of teen mothers became the inner calling, settling on the certitude that teen mothers was the target group. I worked towards creating a philanthropic foundation upon my retirement. The Ndang Sisters Foundation was a response to that calling. It was founded in September 2010 as a tribute to my dad and dedicated to him in appreciation of sacrificing his personal comfort to ensure that my siblings and I were brought up in a loving and secure environment. The public name, Haven of Hope, is an act of thanksgiving to the Creator for having given me caring parents and for always providing for me abundantly. Through counseling sessions, teen mothers' self-confidence and self-esteem are rebuilt. They are brought through the feeling of self-condemnation, that is failure, undeserving, outcast, or unfit. Once the glow of hope is ignited, they are given the opportunity to reconnect to their dreams and rebuild their lives in order to become financially self-sufficient. Thus, they are able to take care of themselves and their children. Beyond this, we aim at preparing them for a successful and wholesome adulthood. Grateful adult children who will care for their aging parents, caring mothers who will bring up their children properly, respectful wives who will support their husbands, and responsible citizens who will contribute positively to the welfare of their communities. Thank you.
Dear viewers, that was the activities in summary by Haven of Hope for this season. We now bring to you images of teenage mothers in their various rehabilitated activities and testimonies. We begin with teenage mothers in general education.